How is everybody doing this fine morning? I hope everybody is having an absolutely great day. We're going to wait for a few people to get on. I do want to tell everybody at the very beginning of this, if you check the pinned comment on the live chat in the description box, you'll see the specials that we have for coaching while the live is going on. And there's a 30-minute consultation in there that's good for any time where you get a 30-minute consultation with me, access to our app for a month, access to the live and pre-recorded yoga, hit style training, all sorts of stuff my wife does with so many things my wife does, and you get access to a program, that sort of thing, for the entire month. And again, we will help you with a 30-minute consultation to decide the next steps you need to take, whether either get coaching and or just take the tips we have and send you on along. So please do check that out. Let's see who I got going on here. Faye is amazing. I hope this isn't ripping on her. It's not going to be ripping on her by any stretch of the imagination. It's going to be pointing out her and the other weight loss channels, the errors I believe personally that they're making. And I don't know what you find. I will get to like there's no I'm not like trying to start drama with any of them. I see many of them making very serious mistakes that a few of them I have even warned them about. And I just thought that occasionally we should discuss these things because these people have audiences. They have people that are influenced by the things they do, which is not what I would call the best, and therefore I think it's important to discuss where they're hurting themselves or hurting their own journeys and where they could be possibly negatively affecting other people's journeys. So the issue with a lot of these channels is that they don't know what the fuck they're doing. They're just trying to feel it out, and they present themselves as if, here's what I'm doing, you should try this, and oftentimes monetize that shit. They oftentimes get sponsors. That's one of the big mistakes. So they start monetizing their weight loss, and then what happens, and we'll point out a few other things. I got awesome sauce hairs. It doesn't seem to matter what happens. Awesome sauce just gets stuff all over me. Anyway, let's see. She harmed herself trying keto. I remember that one. It didn't follow her for a long time. We're not going to go like blow by blow, bit by bit. Like I used her thumbnail just to kind of let people know what it was going to be about. And I have no problem using her thumbnail because she's actually spoken kind of harshly about me before. So she spoke harshly, and you can check the records on this. I did a video about her when she first started her journey. I then gave her the option to look at the video and give approval. She said, no, it's fine, absolutely fine, and did not like one or two of the critiques I had for her. Made an entire video pretending that I had not reached out to her and given her the option to watch the video, and that didn't mention the fact that I had reached out to her ahead of time. And that was the last person, by the way, that I reached out to ahead of time beforehand. I don't see any point to it anymore. But she reached out, so she pretended I didn't reach out to her ahead of time, and I had to literally make another video calling her out on it. Because the fucked up thing is when they put themselves in a position where they think they know what they're doing, great. But when you clearly don't put it out there and then be upset when somebody critiques it. It's crazy. Coffee. Anyway, hello from Finland. What's up, Jonas? Old Iron Jenny, working from home today. Good for you. Amy Jones, how are you? Elizabeth, how you been? Subhan, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. How are you? Casey, what's up, motherfucker? Don't follow weight loss, but loves Sydney Cummings workouts, and she is NASM certified. Example, V-Shreds. Exactly. Good morning. Rose to live. Bethany. Hello, how's it going? Really liking lives. I'm trying to catch it when I can. Thank you for what you've been doing, Alan. You're very welcome. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate it. Morning, Alan. My whole setup here is kind of... No. Morning, Alan. Any advice for eating while living with a family who don't for eating right while living with a family who don't, and keeping trigger food stocked? Try to move out. Brittany Dawn, another bad fitness channel. Horrible fitness channel. I think she's doing the whole religious grift now, from what I understand. So the problem was she kind of did what a lot of these weight loss channels do. Exercise bikes, so I'll be listening. Casey, excellent, excellent. Consolidation. Morning, let's get this morning walk in. Buy your own food is a big thing. But I mean, if you're going to be, here's the thing, people. There's nothing more pressing right now than getting healthy. I really believe that. Like, I will state this for the fucking record, and I really mean this. Do not be a slave to the healthcare and pharmaceutical industry. The very second you need a monthly medication, you are on a subscription service plan, and they own you. If you are on a monthly medication, such as insulin, such as blood pressure medication, such as any type of medication like that, that you could avoid being on. Now, if you have hypothyroidism, that's completely different. Okay, you almost have no choice. But for almost every other thing else, for any lifestyle-driven illness, if you are on any medication for a lifestyle-driven illness that you need monthly, you can either change your lifestyle or be a bitch to them, be their slave. That's reality. You are either going to change your behaviors and not be a slave to them, or you are going to be a slave to them for the rest of your life. People need to get there. So this is what I needed to hear this morning. Let the sermon begin. I appreciate it. It's all about the trend. They see every trend for weight loss and get it monetized only for them to fail for the next one. And that is it exactly. After a while, you think they'd understand trends that work. I think Brittany Dawn is still scamming people. Like I said, I've heard she's scamming people on the religious thing now. Crazy. Maybe store it somewhere else so you don't have to place it. I agree, but you still should. There's nothing more pressing than getting healthy. Nothing. They do not know what they're doing and keep changing and overcomplicating things and keep it simple and consistent. Exactly. Have you had a heart-to-heart with them? If they cared about you, they'd be supportive. Also, yeah, okay. Oh, you talked about that. Metformin club sound off. No shit. No shit. There are actually, by the way, natural alternatives, but I'm not your doctor, so I'm not going to say that. Anyway, so here's the deal. There are quite a few of these channels, and I'm not going to look at the comments for a little bit because my ADHD will distract me. And I did not have mental jewels this morning. I just had coffee so far, so I will be more easily distracted today because mental jewels, it really is amazing. By the way, amazing. It helps my ADHD focus like to a great degree. And there's that hair again. See what I'm saying? Oh no, it's a thread. See what I'm saying? Distraction. Anywho. There's quite a few weight loss channels or channels that are, having people follow their weight loss journey. Now, there's a difference. You see, one of the things I've seen in the last year or two is that a lot of these people that are saying, follow me along on my weight loss journey have monetized their weight loss journey. That's not following along. That is them trying to make money off their weight loss journey. That is a dangerous fucking thing. Okay? Speaking as somebody that lost weight pretty much on camera for a few years back for the first time. When I went from 270 down to like 185 for the first time, and I never got back up to 270. I got up to like 220 again because I wanted to stick back up. Anyway, blah blah blah. Anyway, I did it pretty much on camera. I shared all my food on my Instagram, which is now gone, by the way. But I shared all my food on my Instagram. I did the whole weigh-ins weekly and everything like that. Fucked up my relationship with the scale. I don't even weigh myself anymore because of that incident, by the way. Because of that 6 months, 7 month stretch. Because I literally fucking started weighing myself multiple times a day. That number had way too much importance for me. It was kind of fucking crazy. So I denoted that mistake, and I learned from it. But it is a difficult thing to lose weight on camera. It really, really, really is, especially when you have announced, I am going to lose X amount of pounds, or I'm on a weight loss journey or something like that. Because there's a certain portion of people that want to see you fail. And then, oftentimes, the failure becomes drama because the comments of people that just want to see a person fail get very, very, very fucking negative. And then they're monetarily rewarded because of the extra views and stuff like that to actually fail. Like, I mean, there's a monetary reward on them failing, and that becomes a large issue. And then they chase the weight loss. They will do crazy things. They jump from ideology to ideology. They kind of sabotage themselves to a great degree. And oftentimes you can almost see it like they sabotage themselves every so often. That's why all of them go through cycles. Like they have, in this case, you said like Foodie Beauty and Amber Lynn. They have cycles that they go through where they're taking it super seriously and everything like that. I mean, in reality, if you have a lot of weight to lose, if you've got hundreds of pounds to lose, you should really, really, really not be giving people advice. I'm just being very honest. If you have hundreds of pounds to lose, you shouldn't be saying, "Do this with me, do anything with me. Here's what I do." What you do is an experiment that is yet to be proven effective. And I will say this: April Lauren is definitely one who should not be giving advice. I'm going to state that right now. She should. I saw her weighing spices the other day. The messed up thought process, and again, I don't even know if I'm going to pull up any of their videos because I don't mean anything negative towards any of these people. I want everyone to understand. This is, as a matter of fact, if you guys watch their channels, state the things that you have questions about what they do, and I will gladly answer them to the best of my ability, and in my opinion, of course, as somebody that that is, I'm a best-selling weight loss author. I mean, so I will answer them. But I saw April Lauren weighing spices the other day because some spices have like, anywhere from 3 to 7 calories per X amount of thing. For her prep, I mean, not even just a meal, for her prep. Listen, people, that's fucking taking it too far, okay? Like, you cannot live by a calorie counter. Calorie counters are radical guesstimates. I wrote ad nauseum about calorie counters in my first book, Fuck Being Fat. And the reason being is they are a valuable tool to teach the person. My thought process has even evolved since the book, because they are a valuable tool to teach the person what's in food. But it should not be listened to and adhered to the point where you think it's like gospel, because they are wild guesstimates. Like at any given time, at any given time, 4 ounces of chicken, 1 4-ounce chicken breast could have a radically different caloric, micronutrient, and macronutrient profile than another 4-ounce piece of chicken breast. It could be from a different part of the chicken breast. It could be a different part of, if it's from a different chicken, a different aged chicken. It has different fat content, has different hydration levels to it. 4 ounces is the actual meat plus hydration too. That's the thing. It's this weird thing where people get so caught up on these calorie counters, and if it's to the point where you are going to fucking weigh spices, like if you're 140 pounds overweight, spices are not your fucking problem. I mean, you should make the food be tasty as fuck. Use all the spices you fucking can. If you're worried about the calories from spices, you have fucking lost the plot. You do not understand what the fuck you're doing. And to advise people to do it, even in the guise of this is what I do, you don't necessarily need to do it. I saw that, and that's excellent. Okay, like I do believe she gave a disclaimer. However, what people need to understand, when you do this stuff on camera, some of the audience doesn't hear, this is just my opinion, you shouldn't do this, you should do what's good for you. A good portion of the audience here's what I do, and since you like me, you're going to do it. That's what they fucking hear. And that's the dangerous thing. I mean, they all have bumped onto keto. I mean, April Lauren, people don't even really realize this. This is her like third attempt at trying to become YouTube famous with her weight loss. She had a whole keto channel too. Like, I mean, like when they are desperate to be YouTube famous and the views and the clicks and shit like that, that's where it gets to be very, very dangerous. I will argue that in today's society, it is damn near impossible for a person that is 200 pounds overweight to effectively and consistently lose weight on camera in our world right now. It's impossible because there's going to be a certain amount of hate for them just trying to lose weight. That's the society we live in, and that's very, very, very unhealthy. So, Elizabeth, they over-restrict and start to eat what's not attainable. I mean, again, like they also have a very serious on and off switch. Like I was off my diet today. I was off my diet this week. April Lauren gained weight over the holidays. Like when you're a 280, 290 pound woman, you're taking in a lot of calories to gain weight. And I understand some of it's going to be hydration, but And I believe that Beatrice is down 22 pounds in like 22 months. She shouldn't be giving anybody advice at all. 22 pounds in 22 months is still progress. That's great. But to place yourself in a situation where here's what I'm doing, blah, 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 like, they have every right to put it out there. Don't get me wrong. They have a right to their opinion. What I'm saying is it's a mistake on their part for their audience and themselves. They're able to talk themselves into things. They're able to talk themselves into ways, into different like methods of like dieting and eating. Like I don't know how many times April Lynn's been on Weight Watchers. These are not positive things, people. I mean, there's absolutely not. My mom's dietitian wants her to count calories and macros. I know my mom, and just the thought of having to track that closely will inevitably make her quit altogether. Now, temporarily counting that stuff and then guessing what's in it, so you are teaching yourself, using it as a learning tool, a teaching tool, to get the guesstimate of what what the calories are and what you're actually eating. Like to get the guesstimate of that, it's a good learning tool. But as a like solid weight loss method, it's not really viable for a long term. The biggest diet changes I've made are the most simple ones. Don't eat sugar, exactly. As a coping mechanism, drink more water and keep control large portions. I often adjust my eating to the exercise I do. People need to watch that. I wouldn't suggest that anybody that is morbidly obese adjust your activity level or adjust your caloric intake for your activity level. You do not need the extra calories. You want your body to burn off the extra calories. You want your body to be used to burn off the extra calories. If you are at a healthier weight and or do a lot of very strenuous activity, the thing is, when you're 280 pounds and five in the low 5 feet tall, you're not capable of doing any type of physical activity that's going to need you eating more calories. You're not. If you are attempting stuff like that, you absolutely should not be thinking that it's healthy, because at that weight, anything that's seriously aerobic when it comes to bounding, HIIT training, that sort of thing, for an extended period of time is going to fuck your joints up pretty fucking bad. So if you try so hard, subscribe, and her handle pops up 4 times in every video. She's absorbed in social media aspects and not actually getting healthy. She wants children too. And I feel for her. I really do. Her and her husband hate me because I have critiqued her after I felt that she has very much overstepped her bounds. And that's fine. But again, this is not meant to shame any of these folk. They just need to grasp that they're hurting themselves and their audiences. I don't even think that people should be necessarily doing these journeys. I mean, they're more than welcome to do so. But are you helping anybody, or are you just making money? Are you just looking for sponsors, or are you actually trying to actually help people? If you don't know what the fuck you're doing, if you're like, fuck, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, you're not helping nobody. You're guessing, let's see. No diets are magic. There is no diets or no magic. You need to just change your lifestyle. That's what we do at our coaching, by the way. That's a great segue. That's what we do at our coaching, by the way. Here is the live deal, and there's the consultation, which comes with 1 month of our app, plus a 30-minute consultation for me, live and pre-recorded yoga for a month, that sort of thing. So there you go. Alan, what do you recommend for skinny fat? I want to lose my waist, and I'm at 120 pounds. I suggest you talk to your doctor. I don't know anything about your height or anything like that. I suggest you find healthy activities that you like to do, and I suggest you switch to a whole food diet, because most people that are skinny fat eat a lot of processed carbohydrates, and that's how the visceral fat collects. So I do suggest you talk to your doctor first, and then you find activity that you like to do consistently, do it, and switch to as much whole food nutrition as you can. And drink lots and lots and lots of water, get good sleep, stress relief, those sorts of things. The basics that I tell everybody. Whether you are skinny fat or super fat, Eat whole foods in almost the vast majority. View ultra-processed carbohydrates as only for pleasure. Sugar should be viewed in the same care as you view alcohol in. Eat anywhere from 85 to 95% of your food from whole food that you cook yourself. If you are serious about being healthy, you will cook a lot of your own food, a lot of it. The vast majority of it. You will source from a grocer or preferably farmer's market or local butcher because we are going to support our local economies in this way. And then you will cook it yourself. That would be ideal. You will go for a walk for 30 to 40 minutes a day, or go swimming for 30, 40 minutes a day, or whatever activity you like to do that you will do every single day for fucking ever. And then you will get good hydration. You will drink at least half, at least an ounce per 2 pounds of body weight that you have of fluid. At the very, very least, if you're active at all, you should add more onto that. You'll start your day off with 10 to 30 ounces of water, cold water or warm water, whatever you prefer. First thing in the day, you will try your best to get adequate sleep, adequate stress relief, and you'll just move on. That's the same thing for everybody. I agree. I thought it was healthy eating dried mangoes. After looking at the calories, I was eating 1,000 calories in dried mangoes. That's the thing. People don't get it. I'm 2 months in on a diet today, lost 16 kilograms, but starting to get really bad headaches, so I'm probably doing something wrong. I have an appointment with a dietitian tomorrow. That's very good. Very, 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 very good. The headaches, I would say you can get a consultation with us, but the headache needs to be checked out by somebody that can actually analyze your food right now. So getting headaches it could be everything from too much sodium or dehydration to a problem. So that's like 400 kilos. Yeah, it is. It's a lot. So, see, I feel like I'm always in the kitchen, but it's so worth it. That's right. That's right. That's awesome. That's fucking awesome. That's what a fucking hero looks like. Cooking for your kids. Cooking for your kids. That's fucking awesome. That's what a hero looks like. So again, I had a few videos of each of theirs, and I was going to go down through everything from Foodie Beauty to Amber. Well, I wasn't going to do Amber's, but I was just looking over them. Foodie Beauty and April. That's I meant to say April instead of Amber. And Beatrice. I was going to do some stuff on their videos. I'm just not. It's not in me today to do that, and here's why. I just got to be real. They know this. Like they know they're not helping people. Like I really believe that it's about money at this stage. It's more about endorsements and clicks and engagement for them than it is about actually fucking helping people. And that's kind of fucking sad. It really is. Like they've sold out to it. And again, like this is not to knock April Lauren, but you can check it out. She has tried this multiple times. Like she has tried to become YouTube famous on her weight loss journey multiple times. That's the only thing I find extremely disingenuous that she does to her audience, by the way. And this is something that really should be pointed out to her audience, and she should probably explain it to them. Where she claims that she's like X amount of months into her weight loss journey. It appears to me she's like several years into it because it looks like she's tried over and over and over and over and over again to lose weight. So, like that's the thing. That's where I find it like slightly disingenuous because like she really has. I mean, she had a whole keto channel at one point in time, or keto social media brand, and then she just kind of morphs it. And that to me shows that she's much more interested in making it click with the audience than making it click with herself. And that's not a way to actually get healthy and stay healthy, in my opinion, of course. It's just it's not healthy at all. See? Linda, my daughter, is a fan of dried mango, but you got to watch all the dried fruit. You got to watch. Amber and Foodie Beauty's channels aren't even really about health, weight loss anymore. They're going so far off the rails. I haven't watched either. I've probably never sat through an entire Foodie Beauty video. I absolutely just fucking can't. I can't get there. And Amber, I have reached out to her in the past. I've spoken with her. and I got to be real. I don't watch her videos because I really I know in my opinion, of course, that she feels trapped in the world she's built for herself and doesn't see an escape, and I just can't watch the floundering. I can't. I wish nothing but the best for her. I really do. I wish nothing but the best. You know, I think that she's a young lady with problems, and I think that she's a very prime example of why trying to do this on camera, especially on YouTube, where they allow just any fucking like YouTube. I find YouTube amazing because YouTube acts like they're protecting the watcher, the person that watches, and they act like that for the creator, you got to watch every little thing you say in a video. But the comment section can be the fucking seventh circle of hell with the comments from people who have 35 fucking accounts that YouTube does nothing about. You know, like on every single one, there's always like they allow bots and all sorts of shit. I mean, it's this like disingenuous thing, and it's really negatively affected some of these fucking weight loss channels. Who again, make your content, make your money, do your thing, but nobody should be pretending that these people are losing weight to help themselves or necessarily as a prime focus when they're trying to make money off of their weight loss journey. Now, I've seen Beatrice recently talk about how it was no longer a weight loss channel and that she went back to the weight loss because I believe that because people just became disengaged because they don't really give a fuck, you know, about the quirkiness and the over the top trying to be funny shit. They want to see what the fucking weight loss is, you know. And I wish her nothing but the best. She like the thing for her. I think the mistake she makes is she obviously self-regulates to a decent way because she's still 22 pounds down. So what she needs to do is take a look at the food she's eating, which most of these people still eat ultra processed. Like they convince themselves that they're going to eat processed carbohydrates and it not be a negative effect on them. When in fact most people that get fat it's because they eat ultra processed carbohydrates. Very few people get fat on beef and vegetables. Very few. And when they do, it's normally for a reason. They're normally powerlifters and shit like that. But anyway, Alan, love these lives. Keep doing them. I get so much out of these conversations. Thank you very much, Christine. I appreciate it. Totally agree it's about the money. I mean, it just very, very clearly is. Alan, can you do a live about school lunches and give my kids Pop-Tarts? They give my kids Pop-Tarts at breakfast. That is a very good topic, and I will try to remember to do it, Linda. That is outstanding, and it's horrible. It's horrible that they do that, but it's an outstanding topic, and thank you for it. The company I used to work for, the companies I used to work for, one of the companies I worked for when I was in healthcare, I was in the healthcare division, but they also did the management of schools, universities, and stuff like that in a different division, and the school lunch program, the National School Lunch Program, is horrific. I mean, it lists off what they do with the National School Lunch Program, and this is just a real quick aside. What they do is they set up a main and an alternate. Okay, so it's the same thing as assisted livings and independent livings or like that. You have your main and your alternate. So you have a main dish for each meal of the day you're going to serve, and you have an alternate meal. Normally, the main is the one that people like the most, and it's one that people like the most, and it's the most cost effective. It's the one you're going to sell the most of. But then they also have secondary options for almost in every high school and every school and like that. They have like the fries and chicken fingers and pizza stand, you know, and you can always get a burger. So you can your kids always have the option to eat pizza at lunch, basically. And it's a fucking real thing. If you don't believe me, you should check it out. But Pop-Tarts for breakfast, I mean, and then they probably charge like $3 for the Pop-Tart. It's fucking crazy. Is USA's problem with obesity like a really serious problem that side like you guys make it sound? It's a really serious problem. When you have fucking 85 or 86% of all healthcare costs in the United States are lifestyle driven, it's a real fucking problem. I mean, it's a real fucking problem. It's not sustainable, that's for fucking sure. So yeah, it's a real fucking problem. So people are fat as fuck in America, and it's damaging the country. It's damaging it's actually damaging our safety because if the fucking power went out across the United States right now, a lot of fat people would be in a lot of fucking trouble. Like if it went out for like 2 weeks, okay, a lot of people, everybody would be in a lot of trouble. But really fat people, especially people that have lifestyle-driven illnesses that need medication and treatment, if they couldn't get it for a month, they're pretty fucked. They're pretty fucked. So I've linked to some of these channels, and they all seem to have cheap meals, food, alcohol, until you have a grip. On food, no cheating. And I agree with that to a great degree. I don't think there should be any cheating at all. There's just times where you like Christmas. The Christmas day, you're going to have food, more food. So you just be more mindful during the course of the week, or more mindful in the week after, and you have your day. It's a feast for a reason. Like it's what we have done societally for a long time. We feast, on certain days. It's crazy. Alana, what are your thoughts on deli meat for protein? Is it a trap for most people falling to eat? I've just heard it's super processed. It is super processed and has a lot of sodium in it. I personally, when I want to have roast beef at the house, I will just grill off some thick steaks and cool them off and slice them real thin, and that's my roast beef. So I don't think Beatrice is comparable to the foodie beauties of the world. She's seeing a therapist about binge eating disorder, as well as stopping crash-fed diets, unless you've seen something I haven't noticed. I have seen that she has started and stopped her weight loss journey multiple times, and if she is seeing a therapist for binge eating disorder, the last thing she should be doing is talking about her weight loss online. I really believe that. So, and I know that there's going to be some of you that are defending her and everything like that, but what she is doing is clearly not working. She is stuck. It's 22 pounds in 22 months. It's not a healthy thing. It's just absolutely not. I mean, again, nothing. I wish these people nothing but the best, but let's see. Let's see. Okay. I'd love to see them turn it all around, as would I. I would. But I don't think that they feel. But I think that they feel they've gone too far. At the same time, and here's the thing. I agree with the person up here above. Beatrice and April and these people are not the same as Foodie Beauty and Amberlynn yet. Eventually, the audience turns so toxic against them. And I don't know about Beatrice's audience, but I'm telling you, April's is going to get that way. They should definitely be ahead of it and stop. I mean, it's not a healthy situation by any stretch of imagination. I don't watch Baby, but she seems to be trying. April doesn't try hard enough. I'm sorry, but trying, I wonder how much of it is for the camera. That's the problem. True effort is not what you see on camera. That has nothing to do with it. It's the same thing as watching workouts on camera. Workouts on camera with camera angles and lighting is not an actual workout. It's not. It's just not. I definitely read a bit about American school lunch programs. That would be awesome. I got it. I'll be on it. So I don't like the way the kids are generally fed, but because I don't have kids, I'm not allowed an opinion. Sure, you are allowed an opinion. We're in a society. Didn't you know that everybody has an opinion on everybody else's health nowadays, except when it comes to obesity? Apparently, that's a protected class. You can't actually talk about obesity because, heaven forbid, somebody fucking has to, come face to face with the actual reality that they've eaten themselves into a fucking poor state of health. Society can't have that. We can shame people for not wearing a facial decoration, and we can definitely shame people for not taking experimental therapy that looks like it's actually causing disease in Israel. But fuck, don't say something about somebody's weight and you're fucking fat shamed. Fucking Boris Yeltsin has been accused of fat shaming a clearly morbidly obese man. There's calling somebody morbidly obese that is morbidly obese is not fat shaming. It is a statement of actual fucking fact. Make this. I mean, it is insane to me that we have gotten here. I warned people about this for years. To not even be able to right now, people in this very comment section are getting all fucking crazy in their fucking feels probably about me saying that I don't think Beatrice is trying that hard. If she was trying really, really, really hard, there'd be progress instead of talk. but she's lost 22 pounds in 22 months, minimum. There would be talk about it. There wouldn't be it is not like this person is trying to lose their last 20 pounds, okay? At 200 and X amount of pounds for a woman, like, if you cannot lose weight consistently, you should very seriously evaluate, which I believe she is, if she actually is seeing a therapist for binging disorder. That is great, but that is the focus. She's making content off of it where people can be negative. Like, it's just not. It's a mistake. It is having a weight loss channel right now, I'm saying, is an absolute mistake. Absolutely. I went from 240 to 150, kept it off for years, and with a whole food, plant-based diet. Good for you. At 50, I feel I look better than I ever have. Being lean and healthy improves every single aspect of your life. I completely agree. I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. Looking into the light sometimes. Woo! Oils especially. I think I'm thinking of fasting to goal 30 pounds. What do you think? If you're going to fast, what do you mean by fasting? If you're going to eat once a day, why not? I mean, many people. I've done it before. The only reason why I don't eat once a day is because I normally I think my body needs more calories than I can comfortably fit in at once a day. But I normally eat in a very small window of time. But it depends on what you mean by fasting. If you mean multiple day fasting, I don't think that's smart. I think that fucks with your relationship with food. You should loop hospital food in with the school lunch program. I probably will. What do you think of fasting? I'm over 100 pounds overweight and ready to make a change. I think for a person that's 100 pounds overweight and ready to make a change, you should. We do have coaching, but fasting, like just not eating when you're 100 pounds overweight, when your obvious problem is eating, what are you going to do when you're done fasting? Like, what are you going to do? Because then you're going to go back to your old habits. What you need to do is take your lifestyle and you need to find the low-hanging fruit first. If you drink calories, this is the lowest hanging fruit there is. If you drink calories, if you drink soda, if you drink anything that has calories in it, stop that shit. I don't care if it's a protein shake. I don't care what the fuck it is. If you drink calories, stop that shit. If you need to lose weight, stop drinking calories. Don't drink anything with any calories in it. And if it's like, well, I like sugar in my coffee, then fucking figure something else the fuck out. Don't drink anything with calories, especially first thing in the morning. Do not eat ultra-processed foods. If you, instead of fasting, try 15 days of no processed foods at all. No flour, no sugar at all. And then don't drink any calories, which would include, they're all going to have sugar in them when you drink the calories. You're not going to drink a steak. But try 15 days with that. If you cannot make it 15 days because of your lifestyle, meaning convenience is in the fucking way, you then know to adjust your lifestyle. But if you cannot make it because you want that food so bad, you need to take a different approach and realize that you maybe have a problem with those particular foods, and that's why you should even abstain more. Needing to lose 100 pounds and just starting fasting, that's a gimmick. Adjusting your lifestyle will produce long-term effect, even if it's just a little bit. But right now you're looking at the whole 100 pounds, and I'm just going to starve myself until I get the whole 100 pounds off. Probably that is a mistake. That is a great, huge, whopping mistake. That is not where your head should be at. We can help you again. For real, we can help you. I'm actually going to put the coaching link in or the consultation link in because we can help you. If you're 100 pounds overweight, I'm just going to say this right now. If you're 100 pounds overweight, the amount of food extra you eat that we could likely help you save will pay for the coaching. I'm just being real. Beatrice is in therapy to get a grip on her eating problems. I have respect for that. So do I. I have great respect for that. I'd have a lot more respect if she wasn't monetizing her weight loss journey to people that are going to follow along with her when she obviously makes very clear pitfalls. I mean, that's the thing. Like, I understand what you're saying. I do. I get it. Okay. I respect the fact that she's trying to help herself. But when you're then putting that information out to a broad audience where weight loss is an extremely individualized thing, okay, there are certain basics. Don't eat processed foods. Don't drink your calories. Get plenty of water. Get plenty of sleep. Get plenty of stress relief. Build habits around these. Get 30 minutes a day of activity that is within your physical realm. That's another thing they do. Like, be interested. I think they both did the 75 hard. That's dumb as fuck. Morbidly obese people, and this mark this. You should do low impact shit. Low impact shit. Okay, the 75 hard is not low impact shit, and the 75 hard puts an end date on shit, then that's stupid too. Because then what are you gonna do after the 75 days are over? Are you gonna continue to fucking work out at that pace? I mean, that's the thing. Like, I mean, it's just not like the shit they put out to people. How many morbidly obese people that follow these people likely went and started trying 75 hard and got injured or had it fucked with them even more? Probably many. I'm just being real. Probably many, because they were both at the height of their popularity when that shit happened, when they both did 75 hard. That, trying fad diets, fad exercises, fad things like that, that is a problem. And they're going to do it because that's what gets the views. Because guess what? Eating functionally and well is not like I all the time. People ask me to share my food. I'm going to eat today. I'm either going to have a pound of ground meat or probably a pound of steak at some point in time, or like I'm starting to work pork back into my diet too. I don't think I have any pork here, but I'm going to work. I'm going to eat something like that. I'm going to eat some veggies, and tonight I'll probably have maybe some fruit or something like that, and maybe some more, and maybe some more steak. Like Crystal made us a beef vegetable soup the other day. That was fucking phenomenal. Beef vegetable and split pea soup. That was phenomenal. But I eat very basic of food I cook myself. So while I do respect her getting help, I mean, if she really wants the help, like the damage from doing this online I'm worried is going to counteract the help. I really am. Like, at no point in time do these things end well. I have yet to see a weight loss channel that doesn't end with the audience being toxic. Fucking Obese the Beast included. His audience is toxic as fuck. I mean, it's reality. I mean, it's when people. I think Jordan Sparks is the only one that I've seen, and she takes periodic, very serious, long breaks in between it, from what I understand. As a nurse, hospital food is very, very unhealthy. Hospital food is extremely, extremely unhealthy. The company I worked for was responsible for producing a lot of it. It is very profit driven. All that shit is very profit driven. Like they want it to make money. They want it to pay for the staff at least, and then make a little bit of profit on it. They're not trying to make restaurant bank, but they are trying to pay for all of their expenses, including the food and everything like that. Plus then some. Like, there's a lot of overhead that's involved in that shit. So it's fucking crazy, and it's super unhealthy. It's amazing what we feed to people that are supposed to be looking out for our health. But the healthcare system is not about health. The healthcare system is about treating sickness. It is not about actual health. It's not about being healthy. We don't place any emphasis on staying healthy, and getting healthy. Instead, we would rather, like, the hospital system once is happy about 86% of their burden being lifestyle-driven illnesses. They're happy about this. It is how they make profit, because those are the comeback customers. Those are the repeat customers. Study dietetics in college, and the real issue is lack of factual nutrition information, and the U.S. does not support preventative care and easy access to dietitians. I would agree with that a lot. I will also say that a lot of dietitians are on this fucking intuitive eating kick when they should not fucking be, because they do not know what, like, first of all, I will say this. I don't believe your body can intuitively eat ultra-processed food, because it does not have any intuition naturally about how that processed food is supposed to be reacting with your body. Processed sugar reacts in your body in a way similar to a drug, not instead of a food. Right? I mean, it literally your body reacts to it like it's a drug. And a lot of dietitians are like, eat whatever you want as long as it's enforceable, and we have a lot of dietitians also that do the whole fucking intuitive eating. Intuitive eating is not a real fucking pathway to health. That's a pathway to make yourself feel better about your fucking self. Intuitive eating is like when anybody comes up with intuitive eating, I automatically know that they're a fucking complete shill, sellout moron. Like, it's just not reality. I mean, unless you are literally burning so many fucking calories that you intuitively eat a lot, and even then still you cannot fucking intuitively eat processed carbohydrates. Anybody that has a weight problem, especially, should not just be told to intuitively eat. That's what got them the fucking weight problem. Ridiculous, you know? She's only in it for the money and attention, in my opinion. I agree. I even saw that fucking, what's her name? April did a fucking review on one of Doucette's fucking recipes. What the fuck? You know, like, I mean, uh, ridiculous. Ridiculous. So, people who get upset about the term obese, morbidly obese, are in denial about their condition. I completely agree with that shit. Completely agree with that shit. Alan, have you heard the data coming out, the DOD's medical records, 300% increase in cancer and miscarriages, even higher for heart disease. And these are young, healthy people. I have heard it. Not necessarily on the topic of this video, but I have heard that stuff. And, I mean, I hope it's not true. Just to be real, I hope it's not true. Because, I mean, it is. It's their data. It's the information. We live in a very weird time where, I mean, I likely will be at some point in time, maybe even today, awesome sauce hair in my coffee. I'm drinking it anyway. I don't give a shit. We're in a very weird state in society where health and being healthy is not actually pushed. Doing the things you need to do to be responsible for yourself is not actually being even spoken about. It's almost, I mean, if you try to tell somebody to get fucking healthy, they call you some sort of phobic and say you're trying to shame people. So be it. That's the stance I'm taking. And I hope all of you out there, I hope you know, like, and all of our clients know this because they talk to me weekly on conference calls and shit like that. I'm just very blunt. I'm not going to lie to you. Like I think that society has lied to fat people enough in trying to glamorize the life that they're heading towards or leading. You know, I don't know like real happy fat people. Like I know fat people that kind of fake it. You know, I know that they may be happy in other aspects of their lives, their professions, their careers. I don't believe that fat people are inherently lazy. I believe fat people have a problem with food and eat in a disordered fashion, either through learned behavior and or issues. And I do know that there's a small, and it's a small percentage of people. There's a small percentage of people that have a harder time losing weight because of either hypothyroidism, PCOS, multiple other disorders that could happen, or being on certain medications, which I will point out to you that if you're on a medication that's making you fat and you can get off of that medication if you change your lifestyle, you fucking should. And if your doctor is not talking about getting you off medication that is negatively affecting your health to match another illness that would be better if you actually lost weight, they are in fact negligent. If you have a lifestyle, say you have a lifestyle disorder, a lifestyle disease that is causing you, like you eat like shit or something like that, and then they put you on a medication that might cause depression, or it might cause anxiety, or it might cause you to retain fluid, or it might cause you to even gain more weight or have an increased appetite. To treat the problems created from your other lifestyle disorder, and there is no end game on treating the initial one so you can get off the medication so you then don't suffer the side effects of the medication that are going to make you fatter or more depressed or stuff like that. That is negligence. I should not be pointing that out. The FDA should actually be pointing that out. But I don't believe that they're acting necessarily in the interest of the people, because we don't see anybody trying to, encourage. Like, I want all of you to think about this. There's Mark, me, Metabolic Mike, Matt Stevens. There's a handful of people, not necessarily super popular on our own rights, right? Almost unheard of. Joe Rogan does speak about this. He's the largest voice for this. But for the most part, in society, if you talk about health, fitness, weight loss, getting adequate exercise, the way our media is set up is it is not just suppressed often, it is viewed as hate speech, as hateful content. I have had videos removed with no swearing at all on other platforms, including TikTok, when I would just talk about weight loss, and they called it harassment and bullying. When I would say that you should try to be healthy for your family, they would take it down. Like, there is a concerted effort to keep people fat, out of shape, sickly. There's a concerted effort to push content, that causes people to stay in weight cycles. Think Beatrice and April and Foodie Beauty and Amberlynn. Their contents get lots and lots of views. They end up in recommended a lot because they do not produce results. They keep people stuck. They're able to put large advertisements on it. Like, people need to understand, like, if this was actually really about health, we would be trying to get healthy. Like, the powers that be, our public health officials, the people responsible. Like, I'm not even saying they would have. Like, I think everybody's very clear that the last 2 years was a complete fucking disaster of public health policy, like complete fucking disaster. But at the same time, just to be very fucking clear, even if they would have done everything they did and added, but do your very best to get in good shape, get exercise daily, watch what you eat, do not, stay away from processed carbohydrates. If they would have done all that, it wouldn't seem like they were trying to make the entire population sickly. But because they didn't, it appears they were trying to make more high-risk people, which these people absolutely are. Which is another reason why when people like the channels we're talking about, when in fact they lead anybody astray right now, when in fact they somehow convince a person to do 75 hard when they are not physically in a good spot to do so, because we're just going to try it. Like, 75 hard, it's a mental strength exercise. No, it's not. It's a fucking gimmick. Like, it is just another fucking diet hard exercise regime gimmick that had a great marketing fucking squad on it. That's it. That is all. Like, it does not set people up to keep any fucking weight off after they're fucking off of it at all, because once 75 days is done, they're normally going to go back to the fucking way they were eating. Whoops. Light just went out. Oh, here we go. So it's fucking insane. But again, we didn't try to get people healthy. We're not trying to get people healthy. We punish people that try to get people healthy. It's crazy. Veganism is not sustainable long term. You need animal fats and proteins, especially for regeneration and people's in their younger years. Now, there are cultures, whole cultures that eat vegan, just so you know. I mean, and I'm not saying that it's sustainable. I'm just saying that there are cultures that do it that survive a lot on like beans, legumes, caraway seeds, that sort of thing. So. I'm vegan since 12 years. Went through 2 pregnancies and doesn't have any deficiencies so far. You need to be very, very, very mindful of your nutrients. Whole food vegans tend to do a lot better than the modern vegan. The modern vegan eats processed vegan crap. And looks like Lizzo. Anyway, fasting may be useful spiritually for concentration and focus. I don't know about that. I've been lucky lately catching up with you live. Rainy Essa, how you doing? I started watching Tammy Lemons. She is vlogging her binge eating recovery. It is fascinating. She should be very careful. Bay had an injury to her knee from 75 large, I think. So 75 hard is dumb. I loathe any challenge with a day count or deadline. Do it for life. No 30, 90, whatever. I agree. People should just find something that works for them, and then that's healthy. That's the fucking premise behind what we do. Like, it's a method. Like, it is not a diet. Like, we don't prescribe diets, like, at all. Like, even when we give people calories, we give people a calorie range. We don't actually give people like a calorie target, because again, food calculators are themselves guesstimates, like wild guesstimates. And I mean, it's this thing where instead of having like this finite line that people fucking freak about, and I've been one of those people. Like, I went over 1,600 calories a day. Oh no, like, fuck, what's wrong with you? Like, it's one of these crazy fucking things. Anyway, I think it's ironic most nurses are overweight. You think they would know better. And I've made videos about this before. The medical profession is extremely hard to stay healthy at. Their sleep pattern is always fucked up because they have different call schedules and stuff like that, so they have a hard time getting into a pattern. The food we serve them at the hospitals is, again, tragically fucking unhealthy. I mean, it's hard. If they're not going to eat a salad and pick off most of the fucking toppings and not use the fucking dressing that's given, it's unhealthy. They should bring their own food. But oftentimes there's not enough storage space for them to bring their own food. It's just not. They want people to eat from the cafeteria to make money from them. It's just how it is. And the stress they're under, plus the training, it's just not a fucking necessarily healthy endeavor. It's not, you know. You can't eat intuitively if you don't know how to eat healthy in the first place. Exactly. I'll intuitively eat a whole thing of Oreos. That's, again, I completely agree. I was forced to eat intuitively when I was getting a little underweight. I avoided all junk food and liquid calories since that was by habit. Still overate without counting. People need to know the difference between an RD, registered dietitian, and a nutritionist. RDs have a master's, and most are more regulated. And even then, they talk crazy shit. A lot of them still talk this crazy weight stigma, fat fucking phobic bullshit. You know? Yeah, Gilbert. That's because she's trying to get his attention, blow her channel up. That's it exactly. That is it exactly. Greg has a history of anybody that makes a video about he pops on a video about his thing, he pops on over and says something. I think she gave the fucking recipe a 1 out of 10. You know, I mean, since she's doing that, maybe I could do some videos on hers and grade her performance. Not that I give a fuck about Bissett, because I think he gives some weird, fucking horrible nutritional advice. The fucking supplement video he did was fucking one of the worst pieces of advice I've ever seen. The natural weight loss supplement video, fucking horrific. But I'm not a fan. People know I'm not. But I find it amazing that she's going to review other people's shit as if she's, I don't know, that's fucked up. But yeah, I think it's right. She's trying to get the attention. I don't think she's going to get the attention she actually fucking wants. I think the attention she's going to get is not going to be what she fucking likes. That's for fucking sure. She has a degree in communication, so she knows what to say to satisfy her audience. She should have lost weight. I agree. They should all have lost a lot more weight. What do you think of kickboxing for a morbidly obese person a few times a week? I mean, every morbidly obese person is different, but kickboxing, when you're really fucking going at it, I mean, it's high. If it's what motivates you a couple times a week and you feel okay, fine. Do I think it's safe? Not really. I mean, pivoting and twisting as a morbidly obese person, people don't understand, depending on the level of morbid obesity, how dangerous a lower limb injury is. Like, if you pop your knee out or if you hurt your foot or something like that, you're going to fucking, you're going to have some problems with recovery. Now, it does burn a shit ton of calories, but if you're using it because you like kickboxing, that's one thing. But if you're using it as a weight loss method, super, super, super intense workouts are not an actual real weight loss method. Okay? That is a weight loss rush. That is you rushing the thing. And any weight you lose from that, if the second you stop kickboxing a couple times a week, will likely fucking gain back because you're not adjusting your food. You're just adjusting your activity and you're trying to burn a shit ton of calories. I would highly suggest that people first try to fucking adjust their calories. You know? Alan tells the bald-headed truth. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Kickboxing for an obese person sounds dangerous. I completely agree. I don't like that April doesn't eat enough high-volume foods. She doesn't do greens and vegetables-based salads. She could do so much better. I don't pay that much attention to it. I've only seen a few things. I mean, to each her own though. Maybe she doesn't like this stuff. I think she gets crazy about the fucking calorie counter. But again, I will point out that here's the thing. Most people that just keep doing she's just trying different diet methods. That's all. That's what the calorie counter is, a different diet method. You know, and again, she's had multiple different channels about trying to be YouTube famous. Like she did a whole keto thing. So this is just a different thing for her. It's so much worse in the U.S. as well. I'm in the UK, McDonald's is trash, but if you compare the ingredients to U.S. McDonald's, it's way better. I know, that's fucking crazy. The Food and Drug Administration does not actually give a fuck about the health of the people. They care about which food and drug company they're fucking approving. I will say that openly. I mean, it's just insane the ingredients that they allow to be in things, you know? Kickboxing would be a great workout that's easily modified to reduce risk of injury, whatever gets you motivated safely. I agree with that. It just depends on the level of kickboxing and stuff. Like, if you're morbidly obese, you really should do very safe activity until you've lost some weight, especially if you have any history of knee problems, ankle problems, lower back problems. I'm just being real. If you're not used to it, the taste is really off. I would imagine that. Ethan Cleo, H3H3, tried to cancel Joe Rogan for misinformation because Rogan talks about alternative health methods and getting healthy. Ethan's a fucking weirdo. So, and always has been. Always has been. It's so fucking sad. It's funny how people with a fraction of Rogan's audience, Ethan, Neil Young, think that they can. The Neil Young thing was awesome. You know, if Neil Young steps on up thinking he fucking matters, and he's like, take my shit off Spotify if you're not going to take Joe Rogan off, and they fucking took it off. They took Neil off. Fucking hilarious. Fast food is one of the worst things you can put in your body. I haven't eaten fast food in about 2 to 3 years. Definitely not. That's a fucking great way to go. See here. I've already went that. You must substitute the things you get from animal products to have a proper diet, because I was arrogant enough to not. I was dealing with B12. I mean, but the thing is, it still depends on the vegan diet. Like, I mean, you can eat, like, the thing with vegan diets, you can get enough protein and normally get enough B12. You just have to eat a large volume of food, a large volume of whole foods. That's the thing. Let's see. I'm going to go over a few more questions. We're over an hour already. Holy shit. I don't agree with everything JR says, but some people are more open to alternative health approaches. What I can say, and I guess we'll end it on this. I saw that the Surgeon General of the United States is calling for censorship of Joe Rogan, and telling social media that they need to do their part in censoring somebody. For an official of the United States government to be openly discussing censorship of somebody, even if it's their opinion on something, we have reached a stage of full-on stupid fuck. That is not an actual fucking viable thing. The Constitution cannot exist in a world where that is happening. So something's got to give, you know. And oops, I'm kind of flabbergasted at it to a great degree, but at no point in time, give me 1 second here, folks. At no point in time should that ever happen, you know, ever happen. To be calling for the censorship of renowned experts, whether they agree with the narrative or not, especially when so much of the narrative has changed. Like, shit I was saying 2 years ago is now on the news. Like, CNN recently, again, we've done a video about it. CNN recently said that obesity is a high risk factor. I'm going to be real. Let me show you something, because I posted this up on my Twitter earlier. This is from May 15th of 2020. May 15th, 2020, coronavirus disproportionately affects obese patients, CDC finds. New data suggests COVID-19 disproportionately affects obese people, and that they're more likely to suffer severe symptoms than patients who are of a healthy weight. The data, published on the CDC site, shows that in March, about 90% of hospitalization patients across 14 states had at least one underlying health condition. Obesity was the number 2 most common condition with it being present in more than 48% of the patients with second and only to hypertension, which is also from obesity. So basically, we knew from the very beginning, again right here, May 15th, 2020, we knew that it was a fucking problem. You know, we knew that this shit was definitely fucking dangerous for obese people. We just didn't fucking do shit about it. I mean, it's not in any way. Give me a second. Oh, let's just turn the whole fucking computer off. Latest evidence on obesity and COVID-19. May 6, 2020. A summary of the evidence so far suggests that obesity is associated with high risk of developing severe symptoms and complications of coronavirus disease 19, independent of other illnesses such as cardiovascular disease. April 17th, 2020. Obesity is one of the highest risk factors for severe coronavirus, especially for young adults. May 7th, 2020. The CDC says severely obese people are at greater risk for COVID-19 complications, but are they really? That's, of course, health.com. Fucking bullshit. May 6th, 2020. Risk factor. Scientists discover why obese people are more likely to die from coronavirus and fat cells are to blame. Like, all the stuff that's been on the news lately was shit that we have been talking about for a long fucking time already. I mean, that's fucking reality. So to censor words of people who look at the fucking data in the first place, like I was overtly censored for saying we should lose fucking weight. That you know. I believe one of my statements was, until they start talking about lifestyle mitigation and losing weight, seeing as how it's one of the biggest factors, I'm not going to take this shit seriously. I can't say. Why would I mean, and I took it more seriously than most people. I downsized even muscle mass. Like when all this shit started, I weighed like 220. I probably weigh like right now. I haven't weighed myself in a while. I probably weigh like 190 right now, and I've downsized again. So I'm hoping that when I trim down for my summer, for my 51st birthday, best shape I'm ever going to be in for my 51st birthday. You can fucking take that to the bank because I said so. I said I would, but I'll probably be about 180 pounds. 178 to 180 pounds is probably what I'm going to be at, and I'm going to be happy with it. I downsized tremendously. I took it very seriously. I stopped drinking, but on very, very, very rare occasions. I stopped smoking weed. I've done all of this shit to be healthier, because even though I was at minimal risk to begin with, it was a nice little wake up call for myself. Like, hey, I could be healthier. So that's what I did. I took it very seriously, way more seriously than the fucking people that knew this information that did not then put it out to the American public. Like, hey, we should fucking make sure people get healthy instead of making more fat people. We have these articles at the same time, and then we made more fat people. I mean, I'm sorry, but that seems purposeful to me. So I just hope everybody understands. Like, there is nothing more important right now than your own personal fucking health. Get fucking healthy. I said it yesterday. If you have to take a medication monthly for a lifestyle-driven illness, you are allowing yourself to be a fucking slave to the healthcare and pharmaceutical industry. They own you. If you can change and get off of that medication, that monthly subscription for your fucking health, the monthly subscription is keeping you alive. If you can get off of it through lifestyle change, you fucking should, because you are somebody's bitch right now. I mean, you are somebody's slave right now. I mean, they can charge you whatever they want. They can make it so you can't get it. I mean, if you speak out in any way, if all this stuff they're literally blocking medications right now for no fucking reason. There is absolutely no reason to block some of the therapies that are known to work besides them pushing one particular therapy. None. None. Like, wake up. Wake the fuck up. Anyway, maybe furious with all the hopes, and lost all hope for a healthy society. I was made fun of for being a baby about the gym being closed. Imagine the outrage of fast food. Like, that's my thing. We close gyms, but not fast food places. So you're telling me that a person going into a gym, minding their own fucking business, wiping down all their fucking equipment, that's more dangerous than a drive-through window where some 16-year-old who is just going to be passing food to thousands of people in the course of a day, coming in contact with thousands of people. That's somehow safer. Okay? The drive-through window is somehow safer than the gym. Think about, just literally, people, think about it for just a fucking second. One person coming in contact with hundreds, if not thousands of people in a fucking day, in an almost face-to-face interaction, is somehow safer than somebody going to a gym by themselves and wiping down their own equipment and minding their own fucking business. If you can actually think that in your head, you're a fucking crazy person. Like, I mean, I'm a leftist, and it's frustrating to see the left abandon basic facts in regard to health, fitness, and science. It devalues everything they say. I mean, I know I'm painted this way, but I am not some serious right-wing conservative. I'm not. I have a lot, and I mean a lot, of I'm an independent voter. I have voted all across the board in my lifetime, and I am for health and people and the Constitution. And if you're going to shit on the Constitution, I'm going to fucking say something, because my initial fucking words on March 15th, I just reposted them the other day on Facebook. My initial fucking words were, fuck a curfew, the government's not my mom, and try to be as healthy as you can, but remember that rights given away, it's not freedom if a person that works for you tells you you can't have them. They're not freedoms, It's fucking crazy, You lost 100 pounds? That's fucking awesome. Good fucking job, Wax. That's fucking outstanding. Outstanding. Gradual health lifestyle changes might not be the fastest way to lose weight for me, but at least it's better. It's normally what it takes, Jenny. Like, people need to actually shift it bit by bit, because radical change makes an on-off switch. Like, that's another big thing, too. When you radically change your nutritional intake, it creates this ideal that, like, there is on the diet and off the diet. If you just take, like, your lifestyle right now, make a gradual change, okay? So you drink soda every day. Try to not drink soda, okay? Make that one change. Get used to that change. It'll probably reduce your caloric load by 200 calories of highly inflammatory shit to begin with. It's the biggest bang for the buck. If everybody, on the average, if America all drank one soda a day, which I've read somewhere, a study that, like, on the average, America drinks one soda per person a day. That's fucking crazy. What a horrible statistic, right? But if everybody just quit that, switch that out for water, and change nothing else, people would likely average losing 20 pounds in a fucking year, because it's about 200 calories per day. It's just common sense, people. You mean libertarian, basically? Yeah, but I don't like labeling myself as any of them, because I really don't. I really don't. I just want to be an independent voter. I don't plan on running for office, so I don't need to fucking claim a party. That's another thing too. Like, to run for office, you have to be one or the other. Fuck that shit. I'm not going to, like, people that run for office and all of a sudden have to endorse everything that somebody else in their party fucking says. That's fucking crazy talk to me. It really is. Anyway, guys, any last questions before we wrap this up? And again, I'm going to put it down here. If you need help adjusting your lifestyle, that's not it. If you need help adjusting your lifestyle, if you need help getting your shit together because you finally want to lose weight for fucking good, we can fucking help you. Here is our live coaching special and a 30-minute consultation. So please do check that out. But any last minute questions? People don't realize how quickly things add up. Even milk and coffee. If you have 2 or 3 a day, that's easily a couple hundred extra calories. It very much is. Excuse me. You're training your brain over time is better than cold turkey. Very much. I just want to end it on something here real quick to wait for any last questions to come in. Again, I don't mean anything negative towards any of these channels that we talked about today. I don't. I see them making very serious mistakes. One of them, and the biggest mistake for all of them, is that they're monetizing their weight loss journey when they don't know what the fuck they're doing. I mean, that's the thing. They're monetizing their weight loss journey when they don't know what the fuck they're doing. And that's very, very, very dangerous. You know, it's one of those things where I'm just here to listen today, Alan. I needed to hear this. Good. I mean, monetizing your weight loss journey when you don't know what the fuck you're doing is a road to fucking negativity. I mean, if they gain, like, say, and I don't wish this on anybody. Say Beatrice, through her binge eating recovery, goes on a long binge cycle and gains 15 pounds back. Her audience will turn so fucking toxic. It will be crazy. She'll be going through a lot of shit. She'll be going through a lot of emotional shit. And the pressure to not regain is something that could add to the regain. You know, like, and that's something that I think is very dangerous. When when they don't know, they clearly do not know what they are doing. They clearly have no idea to lose weight on their own. And then they're talking about their weight loss journey to people as if other people should follow it, which is what they are doing. You know, I mean, it is absolutely what they may not even realize it, but it's what they are doing. You know, like, I mean, somebody weighing out spices because April Lauren said to weigh out spices because she does it. I should do it too. It's so fucking ridiculous. I mean, it's so insane. You know, the biggest mistake they're all making is monetizing their journey when they, in fact, don't know what the fuck they're doing. Because if they did, they wouldn't be on a journey. You know, and they might be knowledgeable and everything like that, but like, I don't even like. I talk about my physical shit and my weight loss and my weight because people ask. That's it. I mean, otherwise that would be my shit. It just would be, you know? Like, it absolutely would be, you know? Even with this ramp up I got going on where I'm going to, you know, by my birthday, I'll be in the best shape I've ever been in because that's what I fucking do. But, I will sporadically post pictures because I'm almost social media. I hate social media makes me. But at the same fucking time, you know, I do this for a fucking living. This is what I do. They are trying to monetize their weight loss. But what happens when they've lost weight? What do they think is going to happen? Let's say they're successful. Say April loses the next 130 pounds. Like, what then? You know, like, for real, what then? Like, it's not thought out. It's not designed to win. It's not designed to actually fucking, you know, to actually be long-term successful. It's really fucking not. No numbers, and I do use a scale, but only as a data point. I talk about counting calories. I talk about counting calories as a way to relearn my portions. Representation without fads is important. I completely agree. Sam at every size. I do suggest, though, if you're looking for portion size control, one of the best things you can fucking do is take your largest meal of the day, eat 75% of it, stop, drink 10 to 20 ounces of fluid, water preferably, and then wait 20 minutes to see if you're still hungry. If you're still hungry, then eat the rest of it. If not, put that up. Just a little fucking tip right there. So listen, people. Again, we are running our special. We hope to see you soon. I will be live tomorrow morning. I don't know what the topic is going to be yet, but I'm probably going to have the topic of it up here within the next couple hours. So I hope everybody has a great day. God dang.